At exactly 2:17 a.m., the porch light outside apartment 3B flicked on. No one saw who turned it on. No one heard footsteps in the hallway. No door opened. No door closed. The light simply appeared, cutting through the darkness like it had been waiting. By sunrise, the woman who lived there was gone. Her shoes were still neatly placed by the front door. Her phone was charging on the nightstand, battery full. Her laptop sat open on the desk, frozen mid-sentence. And her bed, perfectly made, had never been slept in. There was no sign of a struggle. No broken furniture. No blood. No note taped to the door. Just absence. And weeks before she vanished, she had been telling people something that no one took seriously enough. Someone is watching me. 26-year-old Elena Cross lived a quiet, carefully structured life. She wasn't impulsive. She wasn't reckless. She didn't disappear without warning. Elena worked as a night shift medical transcriptionist, a job that required precision, focus, and long hours alone. Most of her world existed while others slept. She typed medical reports in silence, listened to recorded voices describing injuries and illnesses, and worked from the safety of her apartment. Friends described her as soft-spoken, punctual, and painfully routine. Investigators later used one phrase over and over again. Unlikely to disappear voluntarily. On the morning of October 14th, Elena followed her routine exactly. She ordered the same breakfast she always did. She replied to the same group chat with the same short messages. She waved at the same neighbor while checking her mailbox. Nothing appeared out of place. But later that afternoon, Elena sent a message that would haunt everyone who read it afterward. If anything happens to me, please check my apartment. There was no explanation. No context. It started 3 weeks earlier. She began sleeping with every light in her apartment turned on. She stopped wearing headphones outside, even for short walks. She checked her locks repeatedly, sometimes getting out of bed just to check again. She told her sister something that made her uncomfortable. She could hear footsteps outside her bedroom door at night. When asked why she didn't call the police, Elena brushed it off. It's probably nothing, she said. But it doesn't feel like nothing. She didn't install cameras. She didn't file a report. She trusted her instincts, but she doubted herself at the same time. That hesitation would matter. October 15th. At 9:42 p.m., Elena logged into her work system from home. Her activity matched hundreds of other nights. At 11:18 p.m., something unusual happened. She paused her transcription. This was something Elena never did. 3 minutes later, at 11:21 p.m., she opened a private document and typed a single sentence. I hear breathing that isn't mine. The document was never saved. No further activity was recorded. At 2:17 a.m., a neighbor's security camera recorded something subtle and terrifying. The porch light outside apartment 3B turned on. But when police reviewed the footage more closely, they noticed something impossible. The hallway camera showed no one entering. Written in Elena's handwriting. It read, "If you are reading this, I didn't leave. If the lights are on, I'm already gone. Please don't look for me alone." There was no date. No fingerprints. No explanation. Everyone was questioned. The ex-boyfriend had an airtight alibi. The neighbor never left his apartment. The delivery driver never arrived. Cell phone data showed Elena's phone never left the apartment. Her bank accounts were untouched. Her social media went silent. It was as if she had been erased. 3 days later, investigators discovered an overlooked audio file. A voice memo, accidentally saved on Elena's phone. At first, there was only static. Then silence. Then a whisper. "Don't turn the light on." Elena's voice followed, shaking. "Who are you?" The recording ended. The case went cold after 6 months. But neighbors still report something disturbing. The porch light outside apartment 3B still turns on at 2:17 a.m. Even though no one lives there anymore. Some believe Elena was taken. Others believe she escaped something worse. But one question remains. If she knew someone was watching her, why did no one believe her? And if she was right, who was standing in the dark that night?